Good morning, everyone. And boy, I wish everybody a happy and wonderful Easter weekend. And it's my pleasure to have as a friend and a mentor, Jeffrey Combs. And one of the things that has just shaped my whole life is this idea that, well, we become what we think about, and we can control our thinking by the people we associate with, the books we read, the things that we listen to. And we've got some really good stuff with just Jeffrey Combs. He's a great guy to hang around with, but he's also written books and got some tremendous audios. There's a website, Golden Mastermind, and that's the power. If you read Think and Grow Rich, having a mastermind, and why not have a golden mastermind? So goldenmastermind.com, lots of resources. If you go there, one of the things I think is really amazing is this become what we think about. And when we change our thinking, we change our life. And when we change, everything changes for us. And this is something from his website. This is Jeffrey. He says, I knew I was in the right industry, but I wasn't the right person yet. And so the thing I love about Gary, having Jeffrey with us, is he's done the journey. He's gone all the way to the top, a seven-figure earner a couple of times, but along that way, he's gone through a lot of the problems that he'll probably share that's helped him become a master in being a coach, overcoming addiction, just overcoming everything, changing everything. Wow, what is it? 37 years you've been doing this? Let me look at this thing right here. 13,000 plus clients over 70,000 hours. Also, Jeffrey, he keeps track of things like that. It's fun to just meet somebody. Maybe you're getting a haircut and say, how long have you been cutting hair? Have you ever imagined how many people you've cut hair for? And they say, oh, I just never thought about that. And it's kind of fun to do. Well, how many do you do a day and all this and doing the math? And it's thousands and thousands. But boy, doing something like working one-on-one with these thousands of people changing their lives. We get what we really love is that spiritual income, making a difference. And you've changed the lives of a lot of people, including me. 20 years ago, we started working together. And now that I'm in my A game with the best company I've ever been with, it's fun to raise and get better. So when you get better, things get better.
Dave,
Jeff,
remember this?
it over to you.
Look at that, Dave. See that?
Oh, hey, we can be twins.
That's right. Dave, it's my absolute privilege and pleasure to be here with you. So, David Johnson, and my absolute utmost respect for you. I had the privilege of being your coach in 2006, 7, and 8. I came to Spokane on 3 different occasions back in the day and did events with you in a previous company where you were very iconic. For those of you who don't know Dave Johnson, I've had the privilege of knowing him for 19 years. Dave is a legend in our industry. He is an absolute legend. I started in network marketing, direct sales. I spent 10 years building businesses, and Dave Johnson was very iconic in my early development. It was whispered down the lane, whoa, this guy's making multiple 6 figures a month, and he was back in a top tier company. And like Dave, he experienced some of the same situations I did. There are times where companies let us down. And Dave went through that odyssey himself. I went through 4 different companies that I was the number one income earner. Dave, you know this. You become the number one income earner and something goes sideways in the company. The owners, the industry, the FTC, a multitude of situations can derail the situations. That's why it's important that you have a mindset that keeps you in the flow and in the game. So Dave, thank you for having me here. I also want to thank a couple of my clients, Tony Abeta and Chris Bruce. They've been just absolutely exceptional clients, and you introduced me to both of them. Tony is just absolutely crushing it in your company, in your team, and so is your son-in-law, Chris Bruce, who has been very instrumental in assisting me and you with this product right here. So I am not a distributor of Avini, but I'm a product of the product. Anything that Dave Johnson sells, I'm buying, right, Dave? Because anything you're selling, you have a high belief in it. So this product absolutely changed my life. I'll be candid with you, but I will tell you, I had prostate issues for 20 years. In 18 months, this product absolutely changed that. I went from about a 20% flow to 80% flow. I will be on this product right here for the rest of my life. And I buy 5 bottles a month, and I am a product of that product. I've done the research on that product, and it is absolutely top tier, Dave. Thank you from the center of my heart for introducing me that, and for Chris Bruce for just completely educating me on the whole, you and Chris, and breaking that down for me, and Tony Abeta for being just a top tier client. So much, in fact, that my naturopath, Eunice Green, who may be on this on this Zoom today. I've known Eunice for 30 years, and she's also a product of that product. Eunice owns a major health food store about 2 miles from my house. And I mean, Eunice isn't just a little health food store owner. Eunice owns a major store, and you're going to get a bee in it in a very short period of time. So let's move into the content today, Dave. As I said, next content today will be gold, GOLD. And that is numismatic money. That's real, lawful, legal money. So I'm going to break down for you today is why you do this. I wrote this best-selling book, originally titled From Procrastination Production in 2010. I then shopped the book with an agent through a friend of mine named Matt Morris. And Matt Morris was a 7-figure income earner in the direct sales industry. And he had written a book that had gone bestseller. He introduced me to his agent. I became his client. And that agent took this book to Career Press. And then it became a minor bestseller, ended up in every Barnes and Noble in America. It's still there. And it was published in 4 different languages. So I'm an expert on understanding procrastination. But procrastination is a byproduct of emotions that we continue to hold on to through repressed or suppressed feelings. I'm going to cover some of that for you today. And then I'm also going to cover this right here. This is the 4 keys. I'm going to cover a lot for you in 30 minutes. So if you don't have this discipline and focus, and you don't have execution and preparation, then what you're going to do is this. You're going to get ready to get ready. And that's what a large percent of the direct sales, network marketing, real estate, insurance coaches do. They get ready to get ready. They spend their time in their analytical egoic mind. That's called the left brain. They don't actualize both brains. They're not in their limbic brain, in their left brain, and you're not accessing the most important factor of your brain. It's called gamma. And gamma is the section of your brain, that releases DMT, dimethyltryptamine. If you're a processor, a thinker, an analyzer, a people pleaser, if you're codependent, if you enable, over-obligate, give your power away to others, you're going to be in your analytical egoic brain, which is anxiety, fear, and doubt. And it's anxiety, fear, and doubt that leads you to being a chronic procrastinator. And if you get ready to get ready, you have a good intention and a poor delivery, what it ends up is being disappointed. And this is what happens to so many good people in our industry, Dave, is they have a good intention, but a poor delivery. And so that's what procrastination is. Procrastination in Latin is procrastinare. That's the definition of the word. That's the pronunciation of the word in Latin. And the definition means to avoid. And if you find yourself avoiding, then you're not going to be able to be compensated what the free market will bear. This product right here, along with multiple products that your product developers are developing for you, are this right here. They are gold. They are some of the best products in the industry. So you also you're not a startup company any longer. You're a company that's in momentum. As those of you who have attended the events, it's growing. England was just opened. It's growing. It now has international expansion. So in timing, Dave and I understand this. We've been in companies where timing is so important. It means right place, right time. There's this theory about network marketing that if you get in first, you've heard this, Dave, if you get in first, you succeed. Well, there's a small component of that. You can get in first and still procrastinate. But if you're getting ready to get ready, then this call is dedicated to you, because what I'm going to cover for you is the most important key to transformation. It's called letting go. Letting go is the separation between the feelings and the events that shape them. I've been a success addiction coach for 27 years. 27 years, I've coached over 10,000 clients and 100,000 hours. That's 100,000 hours, not in group coaching, but that is in one-on-one. I routinely coach 10 to 12 hours a day, every day. I've been doing it for 27 years. I traveled the globe in the United States speaking for 21 years. I flew 2 million miles on United doing keynotes. I spoke in 4 continents and 47 states. So I've definitely been in front of large audiences, but I spend a good deal of my time right here at this desk in this house that I've lived in for 25 years, coaching one-on-one. And I assist people to understand this, why they do what they do. If you don't understand why you do what you do, if you don't understand the mind-body connection to your own anxiety, fear, and doubt, then your body that runs the brain will continue to recreate the same situation to fulfill, I'll say it slow, the neurochemical craving that you're emotionally addicted to. So the emotions that we become addicted to are anger, hate, resentment, guilt, shame, abandonment, rejection, overwhelmed feelings, grief, apathy, and pride. That is the map of the scale of consciousness of anxiety, fear, and doubt. So I cover this. I cover the map of the scale of consciousness coaching. And the map of the scale of consciousness is the emotional code. The body holds on to trauma. There's 4 traumas that will affect you. Generational trauma. That's the trauma of your family, of all your grandparents and the lineage of it. It's not the bloodline. It's not the genealogy. It's the events that shape the feelings. So generational trauma. If you grow up in a household of alcoholism or narcissism, you're going to be in fight or flight. So fight or flight is the body's autonomic reaction to stimulus, which then this is why you procrastinate, because of the traumas that your body holds on to. The second trauma that will affect you is physical trauma. If your parents sent you to the tree to get the switch and then they beat you with that switch, there's a high probability that you contracted hay fever between the time you left that house and you walked to that tree, because your body is in so much fight or flight. That's called a mind-body connection. The third trauma that will affect you is emotional. If you are criticized as a child, if you're held back in grade school, if you're considered a dumb child, or you're labeled this or that, and the Rockefeller Foundation that loves to create these acronyms like ADD and ADHD, and you also must understand that there's a lot of trauma-based mind control that happens behind the veil of government to keep you financially broken, and to have you stand in line at the pharmacies of the world waiting for the red pill or the blue pill, which is petrochemicals, methamphetamine, heroin, and cocaine, which comprises the magic pill. That would be Adderall and Ozempic and all the other situations you see the populace walking around on. So it's important that you understand these traumas that you hold on to. And then the fourth trauma is sexual trauma. So if you've been violated or abused, any one of these 4 traumas are going to affect you. And this will be one of the reasons you do this right here. You'll procrastinate because of the mind-body connection that the body holds on to, the emotional code of anxiety, fear, and doubt based on trauma that is unresolved. This is why you have challenges selling, because your body will go into fight or flight. So here's what fight or flight looks like. State that the body goes into automatically at the thought of prospecting. This is why so many people do this. They avoid prospecting. They avoid selling. Sales, spell it. S-A-L-E-S. I'll spell it for you right here. S-A-L-E-S. 5 letters right there. Sales. See that? Sales. It's your responsibility to be comfortable with selling. But the network marketing industry goes to great lengths to try and seduce you into believing you're not selling. It's contradictory, because sales is the highest paid profession. But if you're uncomfortable with the highest paid profession, then you're going to procrastinate until you let go of your control, until you let go of, I'm not sure if I can put myself out there. Oh my God, I'm not sure if I can send this post. Who am I to write a post? Well, you are you, and you are free. In the eyes of God, you're good enough. But if you don't believe you're good enough, you will do this again. You will sabotage yourself. You'll procrastinate. You'll avoid, and you'll get ready to get ready. So these are some of the reasons that you'll do what you do. But here's the solution. So here's the cure. This is what the book was called. I didn't call it this. This is what the publisher called it. I sold that book. I sold the rights to that book to Career Press. They re-edited the book. They marketed the book. And that's why it became a minor bestseller. But it's not the cure. What it is what's letting go. So the key to you breaking through this year. So in any entrepreneur that understands value and service also understands the value of time. So here we are. It's already April 19th, year of our Lord 2025. What does that mean to an entrepreneur? It means that 3 months and another half month are already gone. So that means you're in the second quarter. And if you're not in alignment with your goals, so if you set a money goal this year and you haven't achieved, and you're not on the path of that, then you're going to be behind. You're going to be in fight or flight. So it's important that you set realistic, clearly defined, short-term goals with a daily method that you operate on in clarity. So if you're just winging it, you think you're going to go out and find someone, or you're going to go heal the planet, you got to be a lot more specific about what is required of you to break through. And this is another book I wrote called The Breakthrough Factor. And breaking through is the ability to transcend in consciousness from where you are in doubt, because it's doubt that hinders you. Doubt is what procrastination is. You see, your foot's on the boat and your foot's on the dock, and you're right there. You're right at the precipice of breaking through, but your body's going to hold on to doubt based on events that are unresolved. That's what letting go is. Letting go of your anxiety about the outcome, letting go of your fear of prospecting, your fear of prospecting. Most people have a deep embedded fear about being rejected, being abandoned, making a mistake, getting in trouble, saying the wrong thing, and being violated, all these situations that the body holds on to. That's the emotional code. The key to letting go is a longer breath cycle, abdominal breathing, so you can be in a relaxed state. So because the world deserves this and all the other products, but you have to be the facilitator of this. This won't just magically show up in someone's doorstep. It's your responsibility, your ability to respond to the stimulus, to let go of your anxiety, to deliver a short conversation with someone to find out if they qualify for your time, if they qualify for this product, service, benefit, and feature. Now, true, everybody could benefit from this product. Everybody could benefit from this product, but not everybody's open to it. That's your responsibility to be able to ask the questions in a sequence and then let go of the people in a non-attached state so that your body doesn't feel violated or traumatized by the experience. It's a very simple equation when broken down. It's not nearly as complex or complicated as you think it is, but it still requires you to understand the basics and the mechanism of letting go. So letting go is your ability to, in a breath cycle, be able to change the physiology in your body between your brain and your gut, because your gut is where your vagus nerve ends up. That's where your intuition is. But if you're cut off in an inflexible body, you're going to procrastinate. This is why you have to be able to be in the flow when you're building your business. You want to be in the flow of being able to communicate with people, be in the flow with the way you express your feelings about the value and products and services, benefits, and features. And in that same flow, you're able to easily and effortlessly let people go who don't qualify, aren't open, aren't ready, aren't available for your products, services, benefits, and features. But if you're desperate, if you're in fight or flight, if you're in doubt, you're going to want to hold on to these people. You're going to chase these people. You're going to stalk these people. You're going to follow up with them and follow up with them. And if you're going to follow up with people, your objective is to be able to follow up with people that give you buy signals. They give you insight and wisdom that the timing may not be right, but they still are open. But you have to be able to read the situation for what it is. And you have to let go of your attachment to the outcome, which, once again, attachment to an outcome will lead to this. It will lead to procrastination. Because if you follow up with this person and they don't buy from you, and you're still in this emotional code of being rejected, then your body will create rejection when they just weren't interested. They're not rejecting you. They aren't interested. They aren't open. That's what letting go is, the separation between the feelings and the events that shape them. So your day-to-day routine is imperative to your success. Because if you don't have a system to succeed, what you have is a system to fail. I'll say it again. If you don't have a system or a routine or a method, or you don't have dedicated blocks of time to build your business, then you're going to wing it. And you're not going to wing it to success. You're going to be successful because you commit to it. If you don't commit to it, then you're just interested. And your commitment to success is what you do daily. So let's hypothetically just presume that you have somewhere between 1 to 2 hours a day part-time to build a business. You can build a business part-time, but you can't build a business spare time. So spare time means it's just whenever. Part-time means you dedicated blocks of time to it. I mean, what time is best for you to be able to build your business? And what do you do when you build a business? Do you listen to a podcast? Are you listening to a Zoom? Are you scrolling through the internet? This becomes an epidemic for most of society. That's not what you do. What you do, if you're going to build a business, is you attract people, find people, create experiences for people who may be open to your opportunity. And you have to be able to ask the questions about it. It's called prospecting, selling, being able to qualify people for your time, have dedicated blocks of time. This right here was a couple of my leads. This came into me over the internet. This is someone who's requesting a 20-minute call with me. This woman specifically is from England. This other person is from India. They aren't my ideal clients. I don't really want to coach international. I want to coach in America. Coaching international is not what I'm looking for. Different time zones, language barriers, situations like that. I'm very clear on who my ideal client is. My ideal client is an American or Canadian in a time zone that's either my time zone or 3 or 4 hours different. I'm looking for someone who is serious about transformation. I'm looking for someone who wants to be coached by a top-tier coach. I'm looking for someone who has the resources and sees the value and is willing to hire me to be their coach. The same thing with you. You want to be very clear on who your client is. Your client is someone who is looking to improve the quality of their health. Now, you have a wide bandwidth. Now, my bandwidth is much shorter for a coaching client, but there's still plenty of people in the world. I've coached over 10,000 clients. I've spoken over 1,042 times. So my bandwidth's a little shorter. Your bandwidth is everywhere. Everyone could use your product and service, but that's your responsibility to understand, even though everyone could benefit from it, who is my ideal client? I would suggest you'd be looking for people that are 25, 35 to 65, 75 and on up that can use this. But your ideal client isn't the sickest person. Your ideal client is someone who's seeking health, who's seeking change. Many people go out and they look for the person who has the worst health, think they're going to fix them. Or they go look for the person who has the worst financial situation, thinking they're going to be the most receptive. You want to be able to go to people who are already health conscious. People who already shop at a health food store. You want to be looking for people who already have some level of prosperity. True, you might find someone who's at absolute rock bottom, but that's not typically the ideal client. The ideal client is someone who's receptive to your message, that's health conscious, that is holistic. You're looking for someone who is not attached to big pharma or big medicine. You're looking for someone who's much more receptive to what's going on behind the veil. I'm very clear on who I'm looking for. Are you clear on who you're looking for? I have a sheet on exactly what I'm looking for in my ideal candidate, my ideal client. Do you have that? Do you have a profile? Do you have the qualities you look for in a person? Because if you don't, you're just winging it. You want to be very clear on who your ideal client is. Because what you're looking for is this: 1, 3, and 5. You're looking for one person who believes what you believe. That one person is what you build your culture around. That one person in a binary pay plan, or whatever your pay plan is, that one person can absolutely take that business to the next level. Then if you're going to rank advance, you're going to require 3 people, 5 people, 7 people. And it's limitless, the income that you can create in this business in Avini Health. Dave, is Avini in its 3rd or 4th year?
We're just finishing up 3rd year.
Yeah, so it's not a startup company, and there's a core group of people who are veterans in this business. And I remember taking this product, a variation of this product, in 2010 with a company called Wayora. Is that right, Dave? That's correct. Yeah. Yeah, I had that product, but I wasn't ready for that product, and the person who sold it to me didn't have the education that you did, so I wasn't bought into it. But once I started to buy into that product, I'm a product user for life. That's what you're looking for. That's called a brand partner. So in your clarity, as you begin to let go of your anxiety, fear, and doubt, as you let go of your uncertainty, as you let go of your fear, as you let go of your anxiety, you want to step into your power, because this is a very important year for you. These next 3 years are very important in the political climate that we are in. You want to be able to anchor yourself in a business right now where you can create passive and residual income immediately, like this. You want to be able to rank advance right now. You have a convention coming up. Every one of you should have a clearly defined goal about that convention. You should be able to you want to have a position where you walk the stage, rank advance, where you start to create bonus money. You want to have a basic understanding of the pay plan. You don't have to be a genius on the pay plan, but it's important you understand how the money is created. Where is the money in the pay plan? Well, it's called in recruiting, enrolling people, teaching others, leading people, mentoring people, and rank advancing. That's where the money is in any direct sales or network marketing plan. But you also have to have a product that people will bond with. And that's what you have. You have a product that people will use for many years of their life because of the value that they get from it. And it's a relatively quick, instant gratification that people receive on this product. It doesn't take them a year to receive the results. So you'll have people that'll feel that, like you're looking for that feel-good situation. So what does that mean? It means timing. It means you're in the right place at the right time. But if you continue to procrastinate, all of a sudden it will be December 2025, and you'll wonder where the year went. Now, if you find yourself procrastinating and avoiding, that's a doubt issue. It means that you have doubts. It means you have faith and you have fear at the same time. That's what doubt is. Doubt is a duality. Doubt is black and white. It's right and wrong. It's good and bad. It's win and lose. So that's what doubt is. So doubt is a safe place to be disappointed. So what you're learning, what you can be from today, what you receive from me today, is let go of your doubt. It's not a how do I, it's an I am. It's I'm committed on this day, April 19th. This is the plant the flag day. You plant the flag that I'm not this anymore. You would tell yourself, I'm a recovering procrastinator. I'm recovering of it. What I'm going to do is this right here. I'm going to break through. I'm going to break through this invisible veil that continues to hold on to me. It's you holding on to the feelings as you let go of the feelings of not being good enough, scarcity consciousness, lack and poverty consciousness. As you let go of that, as you let go of your feelings of not being good enough, as you step into being worthy, deserving, and receiving, you are changing the emotional vibration that you're now transmuting. But when you're in doubt, you're transmuting your feelings from a very low vibration that says into the universe, because emotions have a corresponding future. I'll say it slow. Emotions have a corresponding future. It means that when you're in doubt, you're sending a telepathic message into the universe that I'm not good enough. You're sending a message that says, don't buy from me. I'm not sure if I can lead you. Don't buy from me. I'm not sure if this product is good for you. That's the mixed message that you send. So the first place is you believe in your product. You believe in your product, you believe in yourself, and then you believe in your company, you believe in your industry. That's the forfecta of this transcendence that you're beginning to grasp. I started off in the industry in the late 80s. Amway was my first company. Herbalife was my second company. Herbalife was the first company that I started to have some traction in. When I started Amway, I wasn't ready for it. I was about 3 months clean and sober. I had the cassette tapes. You remember those, Dave? I used to listen to the cassette tapes. I bought into Burke Hedges. Burke Hedges had a VHS back then. Remember Burke Hedges, Dave? Who Stole the American Dream? I used to watch that over and over on VHS. But even though I was watching, I still wasn't ready to build a business because I was a 14-year drug addict, alcoholic. I had no self-esteem. But when I found the industry, my life changed. I started buying the books. I started going to the events. I saw the great Jim Rohn speak in 1991. I bought his books. I bought a VHS of Jim Rohn. Then that changed my life. Then I found Herbalife. And even though I never finished my career with Herbalife, Herbalife was my first company that had a 5-figure income in a breakaway pay plan in 1992, Dave, which was a miracle. The degree of difficulty of network marketing in that era that Dave and I grew up, the only pay plan around then was called a breakaway and a matrix. They didn't have binaries and there was no unilaterals at the time. And the whole pay plan was stacked against us. It would be, you build a group and then it'd break away from you. It's exactly what it meant. And that was New Skin and Herbalife, the giants of the industry back then. That's why what you have now is so much quicker with the age of the internet, with social media, your ability to create leads, your ability to brand yourself. You're in a whole different level of where you can actually be. So here you are. You want to look at this today. You have 8.5 months left in this calendar year, the year of our Lord 2025. You commit to yourself, this is my breakthrough year. You commit to yourself that I'm a recovering procrastinator. See, the word is commit. It's not something you think about. It's not something you're interested in, because this is one of those black and white situations. You're either committed or you're not. So if you're interested, that won't get you there. If you're committed, this will be your breakthrough year. And what you commit to is what you do daily, because your daily routine will make or break you. So if you want to walk the stage, or if you want to rank advance, what are you doing daily to bring you to that place? Do you have clearly defined goals? Do you have a daily method you operate in? Do you have clarity in your vision? Do you have a lead pool? Are you open to creating leads? I mean, because it's your responsibility to understand the inner game of this business. And it's not that difficult. The degree of difficulty is overcoming your anxiety. Because once you cross the bridge, and once you start to believe in yourself, you can believe in your company, but it's also important you believe in yourself that you are good enough. And that's when you begin to let go of procrastination. Because if you're in doubt, you're going to procrastinate. And you don't have to do this all in one day, but day to day, you're letting go of your feelings of not being worthy. You're letting go of your feelings of, is anyone going to buy from me? You're letting go of your scarcity consciousness, and you're stepping into your power. And with that, Dave, I'm going to pass it back to you. I do want to let people know that I do offer a free 20-minute coaching session. If you've considered one-on-one coaching and you're serious, not curious, and you're ready to transform your life this year, I will offer you a 1 free 20-minute coaching session. I also put together a $20 package for you. I'm going to offer you both of my books. You can buy both of these books. I'll give you a 2-for-1 for $20. You can have both these books. You can go to my website, goldenmastermind.com. Just buy one book. Don't confuse this. Just hear me one time. Don't send me a message and ask me this. Just buy one book and you'll get two. That's all you have to do is buy one book, buy this book, and you'll get two. That's it. And don't procrastinate because the offer ends at the end of today. Same, it's goldenmastermind.com. That's where my website is. That's where you can also request a free 20-minute coaching session. Dave, I'll pass it back to you.
Oh, thank you, Jeffrey, and all of you out there. Wow, what if you read good stuff? What if you listened to good stuff and then did good stuff every day after day? So it's all about mindset. The mechanics is pretty simple. Get your mindset right. And Jeffrey Combs is a master in mindset. So thank you so much, everyone. Let's go for it. Make 2025 the best ever. And we got a whole plus week for this month. Let's make this the best month ever. So run all the way to the tape. Let's do this. Love you all. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Have a great afternoon.